So now we're going to have a look at a different kind of concept for this drum break. And that's going to be using Shaperbox 2, again with VolumeShaper, as a kind of compressor expander. Okay, so to show you what I mean, what I'm going to do is create two bands within VolumeShaper. So we're crossing over at 500 Hertz, that's fine. Now for the low band, what I want to do is quite heavily compress it. So we're going to be taking away some of these low frequencies and really holding them in place. So I'm going to use a fairly light ratio, but I'm going to have a really low threshold. I'm going to take off makeup gain and also automatic release, and we'll have quite a long release and a very short attack. So let's just hone in on this. So you can see we're losing all those kind of low mids and low frequencies. And they're really being held in place. If we extend the release, you'll see they'll be even more held in place. Let's bring the band down a little bit. Okay, so essentially we're multi-band compressing the loop to remove some of the low mids and lows. But let's do a kind of an upward expansion of the mids. So what I mean by that is, usually a compressor will say when a sound reaches the threshold or exceeds the threshold, let's turn it down. But with an expander, we say when the sound reaches a threshold, let's turn it up. So let's increase the dynamic range. Now this isn't a true expander because there isn't a threshold within here, but we can kind of get it to act like an expander. So now we're working on the mid-range. What I'm going to do is just bring down my overall level halfway. So now everything is going to be quieter. But now I can pick out sounds that I want to essentially expand. So I want them to increase in level. Okay, let's actually bring that snare up. So that's without it. So there we've just got all those mid-range frequencies kind of unaffected, just passing through. And with the mix-up, we've got this expansion working. So what I'm kind of doing is really taking out the kicks and letting the other elements, especially the snare, come through. So the whole thing off. So it's kind of a more powerful way of EQing the loop, essentially, because we're able to bring up what we want and take down what we don't want. And I'm doing that using a combination of compression and also, well, I should say multi-band compression and also volume shaping on this band here. So that's kind of how you can use the compressor and the volume shaping in conjunction. Let's try it in the mix, which is the most important thing. Now we're losing a bit of gain, so let's bring it up. Okay, let's bring the band down a bit. And that's the power of having the gain and also the mix, because we can really kind of blend this in if we want a bit more the original sound in there. So I like that. I think we've got a nice blend of the original sound, kind of sounding natural, but also bringing out a bit of that kind of upper punch to the drums, bringing the snare out a little bit more. Now, arguably, I didn't have to do this on this drum loop because, as I said at the beginning, when I brought it in, I actually like the sound of it as it is. But sometimes you need to do this desperately because there's no space in the low mids. And also, I haven't put in any bass yet or any keys or anything like that. So although it might sound good on its own, by taking these things out, this low mid area, I am actually creating space that will be taken up probably by other elements. But it's the principle that's the most important thing, of using this as an expander essentially. So boosting the dynamic range by increasing the level of certain hits and then compressing an area that we want to take down. So to recap, in this video, we've used VolumeShaper as a compressor expander or a pseudo compressor expander. I appreciate that it's not a true expander. And we did that using compression on the low band, kind of light ratio, very low threshold, just really holding things in place with a fast attack, slow release. And you can see we've just got a lot of kind of gain reduction taking place consistently. And then in the mid band, we took everything down halfway and then used the LFO editor to bring up the hits that we wanted to bring out, which was predominantly the snare and the kind of ghost sounds in between, the sustains and the reverbs and things like that. Then I used the gain and the mix to tailor that to get exactly what I was looking for. Okay, cool. So that's another idea for VolumeShaper. In the next video, we're going to have a look at using VolumeShaper to layer two sounds together. Now, don't worry, we're going to come on to some of the other shapers very soon, but there's so much useful stuff we can do with VolumeShaper. I'd say, personally, that's the one I will use the most on my mixes because, you know, volume is the bread and butter of every mix, really. So that's why we're focusing a lot on VolumeShaper. We are going to come on to some other shapers as the course progresses, so don't worry.